All right, I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, man, we back with another lesson. And this one's going to be titled, The Wicked Are Snared in Their Works. All right, the wicked, okay, being Esau, Edom, as we all know, are snared in their works, all right, especially here in Babylon the Great, all right, which is prophesied, right, to have a great downfall, okay. And as we seen what unfolded in the past week, all right, with Trump going into Venezuela, all right, and taking Maduro, all right, it has erected a lot of controversy, okay, especially with Russia and China. All right, they're sending out warnings and telling them they should let him go. This is all about business, man. And, Trump will make it look like, yeah, it's about fentanyl, drugs. No, it's about oil. It's about silver. It's about gold. Okay? Venezuela is the biggest resource in oil, right, in the whole earth. Okay? So, since Venezuela stopped negotiating with America, all right, this is what America did. All right, but this is all the Lord's doing, okay, and he's putting them in a snare, all right, because at the end of the day, everybody's getting tired of America, okay, and we know that Russia are Edomites, all right, but what the scriptures say, a house divided should not stand. So this is going to be Esau's fault. Remember, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 9 says Esau is the end of the world, okay, so this is the end of his eon, all right, the end of his age, the end of his rulership. All right, and this is the beginning right here. All right, you know how people start making mistakes, right? And then in order to try to fix that mistake, they make another mistake, and then they try to patch that mistake. Okay, this is what's going on. All right, it becomes a domino effect. People become sloppy. Biggest example is when you look at that movie Scarface. All right, he started. He's there sniffing coke and just killing people and just doing all types of crazy shit. That ended up, his downfall. All right. Well, this is the same thing that's happening with Trump. Okay, and it's all through the Spirit of the Lord. All right. They're getting snared in their works. Right now, he's talking about he wants to grab Greenland. All right. And Denmark said if he does that they're not gonna be with NATO anymore. Right. So we see where this is going in prophecy. All right, because understand that there's going to be a great division, all right, and they're all going to hate the great whore, man, all right, which is Babylon, okay? So this is beautiful to see that we're coming across these things and prophecy is unfolding, all right? And the only thing we need now is for that C-hip to come, right? That MOTB, okay? Because all hell's going to break loose after that MOTB. It's going to usher in Jacob's trouble, all right? And guess what? World War III, okay? So, this is what happens when a man is after other people's belongings, okay? And that's how the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the wicked, has operated, okay, since day one, right? With their blessing, the sword, right? Military might, okay? Since the days of Greece, right? Rome, and we in Rome all over again, all right? So, let's go to the book of Micah, okay? Let's go to Micah chapter 2. We're going to start at verse 1.
There's the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that despise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is late.
Salakia, read that one more time. You said despise.
Woe to them that devise, Salakia, iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
See, that's so destruction, okay, to them that devise iniquity, that devise, these sins, right? Sin upon sin and work evil, right? They're plotting, okay? Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
You see that? And they practice it. These devils practice it. Why? Because they're the hammer of the earth right now, as it says in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 23. Okay, they're the hammer of the earth. All right? The scripture says, who could make war, right, with the beast? And this is the beast. This is the whore that's riding on the beast. Okay? So nobody can make war with Esau, Edom, especially here in America, okay? Understand that. The power, that type of power is in their hands. Why? Because it was given to them. Remember, the scripture says the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? You see? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. All right? So the power is in their hand. Go ahead.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
See that? What did they just do? They just went into Venezuela, guns blazing, right? And took Maduro. Okay? Conjured up some bullshit charges, all right? Indicted him on drugs, but now he took, he said in one report there was like 1.9 million barrels of oil that he took, and there's more that he's going to occupy. Okay, so this is them devising that evil upon their beds, all right? And then coveting fields by violence. Go ahead.
And houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
You see that? And that's who was the king of that house, Maduro, all right? But they take him away, all right? And now they're gonna go over there. They're gonna occupy, all right? And you know, through the spirit, all right, Venezuela, all right? That's part of the 12 tribes. So guess what? You think they're gonna go over there to make things better? No, they're gonna oppress them, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil.
You see that? So bad times is coming for you, all right? And that's why the Lord set it up this way. Remember, the scripture says, who has resisted his will, all right? And in the same chapter, in Romans chapter 9, right, he talks about hardening the heart of Pharaoh, right, to bring his destruction. That's the same thing he's doing to the modern day Pharaoh, which we know is Nero, right, a.k.a. Trump, all right, king of Babylon right now, sitting on the throne, all right. The Lord is making him make these moves, okay, and he's putting the chess pieces together, all right, moving everything around, all right. Remember, it says, right, the Medes are not going to regard silver or gold in Isaiah chapter 13. There ain't going to be no negotiations when the time comes, right, because it's all according to prophecy, all right, and the Lord is going to bring an evil upon this family, and they're not going to be able to remove their necks. They're not going to be able to escape this judgment that is coming, right? You see, and what's going to happen, okay? Khan, you want to bring that out? Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 21, verses 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
You see that? And that's a great precept. Okay? The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, man. All right? And he turneth it. So that's what he's doing. All right? This is time of prophecy. The Lord is making moves, right, through the spirit. All right? There's a council in the heavens, right, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. All right, and that was a great precept to bring out because, you know, you so-called Christians think that everybody got free will. No. All right, the Lord just said that the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. All right, your destiny is in the hands of the Lord. All right, and he turneth this whithersoever he will, right, as rivers. Okay, so understand that these things that are happening right now is the will of the Lord. Okay, and it's to justify the evil that he's going to bring upon Esau, Edom, all right? And guess what? You hollering out there talking about, I'm going to take Greenland, all right? That now Europe is on red alert. You know what I mean? And all these things are going to come to pass because this is prophecy, okay? Your own people are going to turn on you, all right? And it's going to be a real bad day for you, okay? That's why the scripture just said, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil, which is going into bad times. It's going to be a bad time for you when all your allies turn on you as well. Okay? Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Obadiah. Okay, let's go to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1. Let's go straight to the point. Let's go to the verse 6.
There's a book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Go ahead, and you see the context here. This is Esau, Edom, okay? The so-called white man, all right? Go ahead.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
You see that? There is no understanding in you, because you will understand all those bridges you're burning, you're going to drown, okay? And you're going to spiritually drown. You're going to physically burn. Okay? You're going to get destroyed. All right? And your own allies are going to be upon you. Okay? Shooting missiles. And as the scripture says, right? None shall return in vain. Right? Because the Spirit of the Lord is going to be in those missiles, being guided. All right? So your defense system is going to be shit on that day. All right? Your defense system is going to be from the Stone Age. All right? So to say, because the Spirit of the Lord cannot be defeated. Okay? And the Lord is going to be rousing up, right, these other nations, okay, through your stupidity. Why? Because you have no wisdom. The wisdom of this world is foolish unto the Lord, okay? And that's why these things are happening, okay? These things are being conjured up through the spirit, prophecy, man. All right? Understand that. So it's going to be a beautiful thing to see, okay? You know, your allies turning on you, okay? All these nations rising up, the Lord gathering all the nations for the Valley of Jehoshaphat, okay? And you being the primary target, right? Because the wicked are snared in their works, all right? And your works are evil, okay? So evil shall come back upon you, all right? You see? Which brings me, let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 17. Let's start at verse 1. We're going to jump around on this chapter just to make the point. Go ahead.
There's the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
See that? I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Okay? And that many waters is all these other nations. Okay? Hey, America got 800 bases, okay, in other countries that they could activate. Okay? 800 bases. All right? So this is the whore that sits in many waters. Okay? Go ahead.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
See that? They've committed fornications. Okay? They've done a lot of business with her, you know, followed her philosophies. Okay? You know, so to say, man, they've been riding in the same car. All right? Doing the same abominations as America. Okay?
And the inhabitations of the earth.
The inhabitants
Of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
See that? That wine going into her philosophies, her laws, everything that she comes up with, that her witchcraft that got you drunk, you know, got you staggering. Okay? Go ahead.
So he carried me away.
Salakia. You jump down to 5.
Alright. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
You see that? So upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great. Okay? And what's that talking about? It's talking about here in America. Okay? See that? The mother of harlots. All right? And the abominations of the earth. Okay? So at the end of the day, this is what's going to happen, man. This is the judgment that this angel is showing. Okay? And it's about to get even more vivid. All right, as we jump down. Okay, so let's go down to verse 12, so we can know who, right, this is talking about.
There's the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
You see that? So these 10 horns, right, is that what? The EU, NATO, okay? They're allies. America's allies. All right? So this is the 10 horns, okay? These are 10 kings. All right? But Christianity doesn't read, so they think this is going to be a mythical battle, right? With a creature coming out looking like the Kraken out of the sea, okay? And the angels are going to be fighting a war like some Lord of the Rings type shit, okay? No, this is talking about 10 kings, okay? This is talking about the EU and NATO. All right? Go down to, jump down to 16.
There's the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
See that? These shall hate the whore. So your allies, okay, are going to hate you. Go ahead.
and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
See that, and burn her with fire, because that's the judgment that's coming to America. All right, 200 million warheads touching down, right, with all these nations aiming at you. Russia, China, Iran. Okay, the other day, even the one of the presidents of Africa was saying, you know, we have to invest in nuclear weapons, okay, because now they don't trust. They're saying we could be next, right? They don't know what this man is gonna do next. Okay, so everybody's gearing up. Okay, let the weak say I'm strong. All right, they're beating the plowshares into swords. Okay, now they're not investing in minerals and food, and now they're investing in weapons. Okay, armory. All right, guns, missiles, right, and especially the nuke. All right, because that's what's coming. All right, a hailstorm of nuclear missiles, man. All right, especially from your allies, man. And hey, we're seeing it. Okay, we're seeing it. They're like, yo, this man is batshit crazy. There was an interview with the British, I believe it was the British president. Okay, he said, yo, I'm gonna just let you know right now, and y'all can look it up. He said we had nothing to do with that. We were not with them. We didn't go with them. And we know Britain always goes with America when it's time for war. But he said this time we weren't there. All right. So we see that there's a division coming. Okay. And a lot of this is causing a lot of tension. All right. Even between those that are rolling together. You know, they're like, yo, this man's crazy. He's fucking up. He's fucking up our money. Okay. He's a hot boy, as they would say in the streets. Okay. And what happens when you're a hot boy in the streets? Hey, they don't want to deal with you no more. Okay. So, you know, this is what's happening. And it's beautiful to see. All right. Because we see that prophecy is moving forward. Okay. And that only means that the MOTB is that close as well. Okay. So let's close it out with the book of Psalms, chapter 9. And we're going to start at verse 15.
There's the book of Psalms, chapter 9 and verse 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
You see that? So that's why the wicked are snared in their works, because the heathen are all together, Psalms 83:1, but the top of the heathen, the one ruling right now, is Esau Edom, the wicked, man. Okay? So they're being taken, right? And they're sunk down in the pit that they made. All right, they made their bed, as they say in the world. Now they got to sleep in it, right?
The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands.
You see that? The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Okay, why? Remember in Psalm 73, it says that the Lord put the wicked right in a slippery slope. All right, so they slipping now. All right. They ain't gonna be able to catch a grip. That's why he's gonna come with great wrath, all right? Because he knows, like, damn, I done lost it all. So fuck it, y'all. This shit's ready to go down, you know. So let's go out with a bang, right? That's why that persecution is coming, right? To try to shut the prophets up, all right? Because this word, all right, is bringing this place down. Okay, go ahead.
Higayon Salah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget Yahweh.
You see that? So the wicked shall be turned into hell, and the nations that forget Yahweh. Okay, and we know the wicked ain't about serving the Lord. Okay, they'll sit there, you know, use the Bible in the court and lie. All right, you know, they get sworn in. All right, and God we trust. Right, which we know that God of theirs is guns, oil, and drugs. Okay, they build up these churches, right, full of blasphemy and false prophets, okay, all abominations, all right. So the Lord is going to turn them into hell, which is what? They're going to go into slavery, okay. Then after 1,000 years, all right, they're going to get cooked up, right. So the wicked are snared in their works, man. So keep it up, Trump, all right, keep it up. You thumbing up your nose. You know, you out here making speeches. Oh, this was a precise strike. You know, not one of our soldiers got hurt. It was something that you've never seen before and whatnot. Okay, cool. You know, Obadiah chapter 1, man. Your pride has deceived your heart. So at the end of the day, we're going to see what's what. Okay. We just got to keep pushing, rejoice, okay, and keep watching. All right? So, Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, we going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Kwam
Kwam
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Shalom.
Shalom.